In this video, we are going to learn everything about constructor. A constructor is an integral part of a Java program. In Java, a constructor is a special method that is used to initialize object. Now let's learn about constructor in more details. A constructor is a block of code similar to the method, but it doesn't have a return type. A constructor must have the same name as the class. Java compiler provides a default constructor by default if there is no constructor available in the class. Constructors are invoked using the new operator. We can have private, protected, public or default constructor in Java. There are two types of constructor in Java: default constructor or non-parameterized constructor and parameterized constructor. Moreover, we can create copy constructor in Java by copying the values from one object to another. We will discuss in details about copy constructor sometime later. Now let's create a non-parameterized constructor. As you can see over here, there is no argument in this constructor. So a constructor which has no argument is known as a non-parameterized constructor. It is invoked at the time of creating an object. If there is no constructor in a class, compiler automatically creates a default constructor. In one word, we can say all classes have constructors by default. Let's go to the IDE and run the program. Okay, our program has been executed. We will initialize the same name and ID by using the parameterized constructor. Let's have a look. First of all, we need to add a parameters in the constructor method. Here I am using string name and integer ID parameters, as we said. Now we can set the name field with the name variables that is passed in. For refer to the object name, here I am using this.name and assign it with this value that is passed into the method. The same process has been used for this. Now we need to pass in a name and ID to the constructor. And let's call the print information. Here I have already used that. So let us see what will be the output. Okay, we can create more than one constructor in a class with different number of parameters and types. It is called as constructor overloading in Java Oops. Okay, now let's see how to create a copy constructor in Java. A copy constructor is a special type of constructor that is used to create a duplicate copy of an existing object of the class. So first of all, we need to create a constructor and then pass an object of the same class as a parameter, and here I have given E2 name of the class. The copy constructor will copy each variable of object and store in the newly created E2 object. After that, we need to create a new E2 object and we will pass the E1 object as a parameter. For E1 object, we have to declare a non-parameterized constructor. In this case, Java doesn't provide any default constructor. Now let's print the E2 object and run the program. If you noticed over here, you can see all the existing properties are copied to the newly created object. This is the concept of copy constructor. Okay, that's it for today.